What? Yeah. No, I'm behaving myself. No, I'm not playing in abandoned buildings. What? Again? Now, I suppose you had those people follow me again. Fine. Hey, this is Jimmy Farrow from Monty and the Pharaoh, and I want to thank all our subscribers. We have now passed 14,000 on our YouTube channel. But I want to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged member of Monty and the Pharaoh. Yeah, that's right, folks. There's 3 different levels to choose from. There's free shirts. There's free autographs. Just check it out and become a member of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. Later.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monty the Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV, straight out of Ronkonkoma, Long Island. At the board, the untangler, the magic of Jared's. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
How do you feel coming in the studio every Thursday and having to fix everything?
It's good. It's like a new mountain to climb.
It's like Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd never think that untangling wires would be compared to Mount Everest.
It's like he comes in to play Rubik's Cube every time he comes in. Let me see if I can solve this fucking
It's like,
thing.
what else did they fuck up the whole week before?
Well, Spidey's labeling everything now, so just in case next week, wire, he's putting wire on it,
Yeah.
you know, an on button.
Pen.
Right.
Oh, you put like pen, like put a sticker on
What
it
he
that says
signs next
pen,
to the pens,
blue
markers.
pen,
Yeah.
red pen,
Pink marker.
pink marker. Marker.
Spidey. Unbelievable. Yeah.
So Phil,
So-
I know I'm kind of jumping out of script because you didn't, Farrow. I know you didn't want to go on it, but
Well,
Farrow
it's-
and
it
I
is
were
breaking
filming this week in pro wrestling, and
Yeah.
Janetti wrote me, and he said,
news.
said that Lisa Marie Presley just passed away, where we were going to announce that she had a heart attack or whatever. And again, I'm not trying to put her in front of Jeff Beck.
Listen,
We'll
this
talk
just
about Jeff
happened,
Beck.
so I got it. I got it. It just happened. It's rough.
So thoughts on Lisa
Too
Marie
young.
Presley?
Apparently, what did it say? 54. Spidey, did you see anything, or Mike? Did you see anything as to what it was that took her away from us?
Well, she was she was at the Golden Globes 2 days before because the actor for that Elvis movie. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's different. My wife hates it.
What makes it different?
It's because it's not just like a regular movie. It's like new music, and it's kind of a musical, but it's not a musical.
Huh. It sounds different.
It's funny. By the
right.
way, ESO says Iron Pharaoh in tonight. You got your Iron Pharaoh shirt
Yes,
on.
I do. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you.
My wife, we went to the movies, and a long time ago, we went to see Lincoln.
Yeah.
And my wife, the whole movie was like, like every 2 minutes, and I'm like, I'm never gonna bring you to the movie again because you just ruined it. But anyway, now if something's bad, it's compared to Lincoln.
Okay.
Is it above Lincoln or below Lincoln?
Lincoln was that bad, huh? Was Lincoln that bad?
It was pretty bad.
I never saw it.
It was long.
Who played
and it was
Lincoln?
bad. Guys, who played Lincoln?
Okay. How old is this movie?
It's pretty old. Not that old,
Well,
but
what's pretty old?
Daniel Day-Lewis plays
Wow,
Lincoln.
he's a fantastic actor.
His acting wasn't
it was
bad.
bad?
It was just torturous, dude.
Okay. Interesting.
So my wife compares things to Lincoln. She's like, this movie's as bad as Lincoln. This movie's worse than Lincoln. Not many movies hit her worse than Lincoln.
Well, Lincoln ruined Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. at the end because they see the Lincoln Memorial and everything's all fucked up. You know how in the original Planet of the Apes it was the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
That Charlton Heston discovered buried. Well, this one was like the Lincoln Memorial with an ape instead of Abe Lincoln.
How did you like that?
What, Tim Burton's remake?
I thought it was awful.
It was
off the original book. I read the original book.
What I remember about it is that if you take away that absolutely ridiculous ending, it's okay. But that ending just turns an okay movie into, man, you just took 2 of my 2 hours I'm never going to get back. So that's how I felt about that.
Stinger says Daniel. You're right, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis is a tremendous actor. Yep. Wow.
By the way, Jay Will says Heisman Trophy winner Charles White passed away. All right, can we have some good news here, guys? Really?
On here?
I want to get back to Planet of the Apes.
All right.
How much did you love growing up? Why? Because we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
They had the Planet of the Apes TV show that came on,
That
which
was in
I
the
enjoyed
70s.
immensely, which you didn't seem like you were a big fan
It
of.
was just okay.
And we also had the Planet of the Apes on Saturday morning cartoon, which I enjoyed.
And again, that was just okay. I was satisfied with the movies.
What was your favorite Planet of the Apes movie?
The original is a masterpiece. It doesn't
It
matter.
is a masterpiece.
No matter what the other movies
But Beneath
that
the
followed.
Planet of the Apes, I liked it a lot.
Actually, the one that broke my heart was Escape, which involved the baby ape, the child.
Escape has a comedy
Pretty good
level
movie.
to it. Again, very poor gorilla outfit.
Yeah, well,
That's,
you know, what are you
that's
gonna do?
really bad.
But I'll tell you what, the great Roddy McDowell and Dr. Zero and everything. Boy, the makeup was tremendous.
Very entertaining movie.
Tremendous. The original's a
Escape is
masterpiece.
very entertaining.
Escape is great.
Conquest actually was on last night.
Did you find it better than you remembered? Because the last
Yes.
two were not as nearly as good
Conquest,
as,
I gotta tell you,
it all
when they're
depends, but-
electrocuting Caesar,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what, dude? I gotta tell you, all of them.
It was a great franchise.
It is a great.
By the way,
great
it was
franchise.
a franchise before Star Wars and Alien were a franchise. Do you realize how important the Planet of the Apes franchise is?
Absolutely.
Because it's before what we got used to having. Were franchises, it kind of set the bar.
But if you pay attention
Although
very
Universal
closely,
Monsters are the ones who really set
if
the
you
bar.
pay
for
attention very
franchise.
closely, like I do, the first Planet of the Apes is pretty much
masterpiece.
flawless.
It is. It's amazing.
The next one, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, they must have had
There's a
cutbacks
drop-off.
on the film.
There's a drop
Because if you look at the apes in that movie, they really put on some really shitty masks on a lot of people just to make it get
Isn't
by.
that what usually happens? You know, with a lot of franchises. Well, not all of them, but it happens eventually.
Maria's saying yes. Too many people have passed away.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Speaking of that, rip Jeff Beck, legendary rock guitarist, musician, dead at 78. Jeff Beck, the rock guitarist.
Yeah, Jeff Beck,
on.
originally first came to be known as a member of the Yardbirds. He replaced Eric Clapton in the Yardbirds.
Yes, he did. Yep.
And then he goes on to form his own, band.
By the way,
Yardbirds had Shapes of Things, by the way. Shapes of Things is such a great song. Anyway.
Bacterial meningitis, which is fucking like...
Sounds awful.
No, but it's like, I didn't even know that it was even around anymore.
I've heard of it over the course of our time. It sounds awful. I mean, what happens to you when you have something like that?
What is Beck's greatest song in your opinion?
Well, I love Shapes of Things from the Yardbirds. Come Tomorrow. You know the song. It's a great song.
Great song.
But he did a lot of other very interesting things. He wasn't just rock. He did like jazz fusion. He won 6 Grammys. Okay, so the guy, he's also, from what I remember, in the 60s, there were 3 guitarists that were always mentioned, always together. Hendrix, Clapton, and Jeff Beck. These were the big 3 names that were always mentioned about the 60s. And oddly enough, a band member of Jeff Beck's, when he was in the Yardbirds, when the Yardbirds split off, the other guitarist went on to form a band, perhaps you've heard of him, Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
Because Jimmy Page was a Yardbird. So, Jeff started as a studio musician originally and paved the rest of the way, found his way into this business, and was named by Rolling Stone as one of the 5 greatest guitarists of all time. So he must have done something right.
JB says, Shapes of Things, Train Keep a Rollin'.
Oh, Train Keep a Rollin'. Of course. Yep. There goes another one. Jeff Beck was 78, and, forever legend. You really can't deny what he did. Had an amazing career.
Ron Jeremy has severe dementia
Speaking
and will
of
be
amazing
declared
career.
incompetent to stand trial on rape charges.
Incompetent.
Ron Jeremy is set to be declared incompetent to stand trial per a new report. The first report of Los Angeles Times, a 69-year-old adult film star who was initially charged with allegedly raping 3 women and sexually assaulting another woman in 2020, has been determined to have severe dementia. The report cites an email from Paul Thompson, Los Angeles County attorney, as revealing that experts enlisted on both sides of the case made dementia determination. So I ask you this.
Was he losing his mind when he allegedly did these things? Because I'm trying to figure out a guy who was an adult film star, why he would ever need to do anything forcefully on a woman. What the hell's wrong with this asshole?
I'm trying to understand, like,
seriously.
What is, again, is it just a point where people feel so powerful they can do whatever they want?
You know what? In Ron Jeremy's case, you're probably right. He probably thinks to himself, and you know what's weird? He may not be wrong if he had the perception that I'm the Ric Flair of this damn business when it comes to men.
Right.
And you know what's funny? I mean, at least Ric Flair was, a handsome, blonde-haired man in a suit back in the day. This guy looks like a foot with fuzz.
Well, we didn't have a lot of time to discuss it, but...
Sorry, Mr. Jeremy.
Just,
but...
I'm not trying to put this at the same level, but we had Daniela Petro in last episode.
Yeah, okay, Daniela, yeah.
What were your thoughts about that whole situation? What did you come out of that?
Did
you become less of a Riddle fan? Did you feel that she was... Because the feedback from people, there's multiple types of feedback, and some people feel like, hey, look, she knew what she was getting into. She coerced him with, these type of videos.
Right,
and
okay.
Yada, yada, yada. And some people,
I understand why somebody would say something like that. I get it. What did I think? Well, when you're talking to the person, I just felt a lot of pain coming from her, and it was hard for me to ignore that. So it didn't help my image of Matt Riddle. Do I know for sure if all of it's true or what percentage of it? No, of course I don't know. But I felt she was telling the truth. I hope that that's not the truth, because if it is the truth, Matt Riddle is no good. What is going on here?
Jay Will says, my theory is that these Hollywood types have had so much regular, does not work anymore. Bill Cosby, David Carradine, etc. That's a great point. Again, I'll go back to Jake the Snake and Beyond the Mat, where it's like the more famous he got, first one woman, then it was two, then it was 2 women in a chair, then it was 3 women in a house and a dog and a cat, and again, I've never been in that case, so
Ric Flair's drug is wrestling. He can't stop
that and drinking.
Well, obviously, but you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, you get so carried away with the whole thing.
I've got a theory on Ric Flair. I think Ric Flair likes the life after the matches.
Yes,
I think he enjoys the time with the boys.
Absolutely, I think he loved all of it,
Yeah, I think he loved
all of it.
When we'd have sex with women, I think in his mind he's like, I can't wait to tell the boys about this one tomorrow.
Right? They were all probably having stories, each other's stories. You remember New Jack talking about?
Oh yeah,
they were having contests. I did 5, I did 7. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, okay. Well, to each his own.
Well, to each their own, legally.
Yes, please. By all means.
Whoa.
Good.
I'm having trouble with my computer today, people.
Are you?
All right. Playboy model murdered sugar daddy after he stopped paying her rent.
I don't see this.
A former Playboy model. I added it. I'm sorry. A former Playboy model.
What did he do?
Has been jailed for her role in the murder of her 71-year-old sugar daddy after he stopped paying her $3,200 rent. Kelsey Turner and then boyfriend John Kenson beat Dr. Thomas Burchard to death, stuffed his body in a boot of her car, prosecutor said. The psychiatrist's decomposing body was found in an abandoned vehicle outside Las Vegas near Lake Mead, March 2019. Detectives determined that it's been bludgeoned with a blunt instrument, such as a baseball bat.
That's great.
What do you think?
What do I think? We're going to waste our tax dollars on those 2 scumbags? Are they going to actually...
First of all, if you live in Vegas, do something better than stuffing a body somewhere, because it's going to smell. It's hot, right?
And what was she? She was
a Playboy model.
She's a Playboy model, but she needs a 71-year-old dude to take advantage of. That's the best she could do? She could have shaken her ass and found something better. What is she doing? What are you doing? That's just insanity, dude. Why do you give me this shit? That's insanity. And we're going to waste our tax dollars on a case for these idiots? Fuck them, hang them now. No trial, no tax, no waste of money. How do you stuff a whole body into a shoe, by the way?
I think it's a car.
With a baseball bat? That's mine! Go! Down! No, seriously, what is this, a cartoon? How do you get a whole body into a shoe? I'm serious. Wow. You gave me a dumb story. You're gonna get a dumb joke.
All right, we also want to just tell everybody out there, if you have a little money to donate, we've got a cat out there by the name of Biscuits.
What's wrong
We're
with
asking for Biscuits, a second chance. Biscuits was given up by her family
Don't tell
after
me.
the parent had died, and
love
Biscuits
cats.
has a lot of medical issues, and she was set to be put down.
Oh, come on.
And there's a GoFundMe page. Did I send you that GoFundMe page there, bro? I think I did on there. If you could pop it up at some point during the show.
Man, does the Pharaoh love cats?
I can
Guys,
resend it to you if you'd like.
Try to help Biscuits out.
But if you have a little extra cash, I think they're just looking for $1,000. I think they're at like $330.
Killing me,
So if you could donate the Biscuits, that would be nice. I know we're gonna donate the Biscuits. I'm just sorry. I'm just sending this off. Keep me going here.
I can't keep you going. I'm depressed. You know how much
Jared.
I love cats? The Pharaoh has cats. I've always had cats. I've had generations and generations of them. I love them. They're just fantastic animals. They really are.
Honestly, dude, I'm not a cat guy.
That's okay. You're a dog guy. I happen to be a cat and a dog
Why?
guy.
Yeah, but why? Like cats are like they
Cats-
do their own thing.
Cats are fascinating to me, and they're also timeless. There's something about cats. Cats go back in history. You can look in ancient, artifact. You'll see cat drawings. The cats have, some societies worshipped cats. I love cats. I love the fact that they're, for the most part, self-sustaining. They are very loving. They don't get enough credit for being loving. My cats.
Thank you,
are
Jared.
like
The GoFundMe's up there.
Thank you. My cats are like family to me. They are my best friends. They are very affectionate. They know every emotion that.
Phil, thank you. We will donate that $5. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very nice of you guys.
They really are very loving animals. I love my boys. I got 3 of them currently. I got a father and 2 sons. They're actually family, legitimate blood related to each other.
So I want to remind everybody out there, if you're a member,
Help Biscuits,
if
please.
you're a member of our YouTube page, part of the deal of being a member at a certain level is you'll get a video of any guest that's coming in.
Right.
So we will be shooting personal videos for you members of the channel, like when Enzo's in here.
Right.
So if anyone's not a member or wants to be a member, again, any guest that's in here, we're going to shoot a little personal video from that wrestler to you guys, okay?
That's awesome.
To my right is the star of the show, Mr. Jimmy Farrow. Jimmy, along with his partner, Bart Griggs, make up the band Wisteria Hall.
Bartman!
Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. You can find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page. Please hit that like and subscribe.
Hit it. Like it.
Download it on Spotify, Apple Music, Reverb Nation. And we'll have an appearance by Bart Griggs in studio on Saturday when we're having an interview with Enzo. And we're also doing an interview with Super Agent Eric Sims, your buddy.
Yeah. Hide the forks and knives.
Who Farrow
Eric.
says that
I do. Eric
he's going
knows
to
I like
ruin he's going to ruin the couch.
Well, I asked Spidey if he had reinforced those coils, and he's telling me that the couch can handle it. It's a strong couch, right, Spidey? That's what you said. Correct. You can at least reach for the
If
microphone.
you didn't know,
What
you
an
are
effort over
watching
there.
Long
He's like,
Island's number
correct.
one pro wrestler broadcast, Monty DeFarrow. Catch us on the Monty DeFarrow YouTube page, Monty DeFarrow Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio,
that speed talker
Spotify,
on the radio.
Anchor, Twitch TV, Monty DeFarrow page. If you're lucky to live in New York, channel 115 every Wednesday at 7:30
Lucky
and
enough.
Saturday at 11 a.m. So we'll kind of be doing battle with our cable show on Saturday.
We're going to war with ourselves.
That's right. We're going to win the ratings. One way or the other, we will win the
This is
ratings.
like Bray Wyatt. Is Uncle Howdy going to come out? He's at war with himself.
Uncle
Who is
Howdy.
Uncle Howdy?
Who cares?
That's wrong of you, man. You're not backing our company right now. Answer the question. Who's Uncle Howdy?
I was hoping it was going to be Barry Windham, but that ain't happening.
think so.
So Monty's wrong again.
It's not going to be Kendall either.
So I guess it's going to be Bo Dallas.
Awesome.
Boring.
I believe. I love it. That'd be great.
Great.
Wait a minute. How can his
Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy? Whoop-de-doo.
How can his brother be his uncle? This is getting kind of kinky. Seriously,
That's why it's terrible.
It's very strange. Yeah, I don't think it's going very slow and it's not going anywhere.
But they have a lights out match sponsored by Mountain Dew, so it's good.
Mountain Dew. Wait a minute. Soft drink is now part of the angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Are you sure they haven't sold it?
Great marketing.
Are you sure they haven't?
Just
sold
like Monty and the Pharaoh is supported by all these many of our great sponsors, like Good Fucking Wine, Pickles.
Yeah, but let's get to the real one.
And don't forget.
Wait. Yeah. Where is my Manscaped? Somebody stole my Manscaped.
Someone stole Pharaoh's
They walked
Manscaped.
off the set with my Manscaped.
So Manscaped sends us goods from what they got, and someone stole Pharaoh's
Do you realize how
Manscaped.
hairy my nuts are going to be now?
Hairy nuts.
It's just a holy bull sack.
The $2 hook is not going to be happy.
$2 hook? Fucking fucketh you with. What the fuck? $2 hooker. I'll have you know it's $2.99 plus tax.
Wait a minute.
The
Are you
plus
counting
tax
out,
almost gets me to say no.
Now you're
What's that,
throwing up something. I have
$3.21?
to understand this.
What?
I understand. Give her $2. 1, 2.
Oh, you mean $2? I was
Right.
thinking $2.99.
No, but you're saying $2.99. Now what are you counting out pennies? What are you
let's
doing
see.
there?
I'm like 3/4 makes 75 cents. 2 dimes makes 95, 96,
Oh my
97.
God.
4 Abe Lincolns. 98,
Abe Lincolns.
99. Is this plus tax? 2 more dimes. That's 319.
Wow.
That's 319.
Wow.
320. 321. Have a nice day.
Pretty
And give me back my Manscaped, bitch.
Look out.
What the hell?
We'll be right back with what we're calling. What we're calling.
are we calling
this is the end of the world as we know it. We're going to cover
The
the right way about what's happening in the WWE right now. And Maria, who I love so much, the
Maria.
first lady of wrestling, she wrote me the other night, and she's like, "Can you believe this is happening?" And you know what I told her?
Yeah.
Fake news. Fake news.
And I feel fine. Fine. The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite 4-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
Sir,
Ah.
Manscaped,
Uh-huh.
have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says weed whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped, what are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's the
So
pick.
Manscaped is a must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man. It's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because we, as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to
Oh,
go
I
do
know
the deed
where-
on a woman,
I know where
would you
he's
rather
going.
have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
Racing stripe.
full retro bush?
Racing
Well,
stripe.
Retro Bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro Bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to
Wow.
wander into that.
That's
thought
very
of it like
interesting.
that.
I never thought about that. You're a smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that.
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured,
Yeah,
you can see both sides. It's not
Like blinking lights on both sides of that
I
landing?
just don't. I don't want. I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, look
but-
what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found it! I found
have
it!
you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
What is...
Retro. Just,
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa.
Wow,
Yeah, I'm 46.
like it pops
of
out?
course.
Do you like walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's
through.
a trooper. He's a trooper. Got to give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
There you go.
I hear you.
There you
Listen,
go.
I couldn't
Bush.
say. I couldn't say. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven does, Manscaped could help you.
Absolutely.
The weed whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to, go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the weed whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
But
holy
with that,
Ron
we're going to take
Jeremy,
a quick
Batman.
commercial break, and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
Drop kick. Adopted it. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monty Nefaro. By the way, PJ says that the 83 weeks Manscaped commercial is hilarious, and I just said better than ours. And now I'm waiting to find out.
Okay.
Oh, he just said we might top it. I think we did.
I like ours. I think it's pretty hilarious.
It's better than the other shit.
It was
that
totally
said there.
improv, that's for shit sure.
All right, anyway.
That was pretty funny.
All right,
I
dude.
want my Manscaped, though. Can we find it? Or do we have to launch an
I
investigation?
think we have to launch an
It's
investigation.
ridiculous, man.
I think we'll find it in Abe's
Abe
Abe's backpack.
They'll never guess I took it. I'll leave a mess. What the Holy shit. Oh, boy. All
Inside
right.
joke, guys.
Yeah, it is an inside joke.
All right,
What
so
are you gonna do?
Pharaoh, WWE.
Yeah.
Fans are emotional as the rumors yesterday were that they were selling to the Saudi investment group. I want to know what your feelings are about this. You got really, I don't want to say emotional. That might be a little
No,
exaggerated.
that's fair.
It is fair. So
I
go
think
ahead.
that is fair. I was horrified at that, and I was angry at that. And before anybody makes any, jumps to any conclusions as to why, I was thinking about Vince's grandfather and Vince's father and Vince and all the years that my father, and then he turned me onto wrestling, and I started. I was really upset that he would hand over what I consider, like the Yankees to me. Loved it since I was a kid. My father took me to matches. I've always admired the WWF, the changes over the years. I've been there for a lot of this ride, okay? I was horrified at the fact that they would turn it over to people who have not shown that they know anything about wrestling or that they know anything about entertainment. And then I had the feeling that I've never wanted to have, but I know that a lot of people already feel this way about Vince. I thought to myself, if you do this, Vince, you greedy prick, fuck you. I was so angry about it. But I really would like, I'd like you to share for the audience, please, what you said to me regarding the Americanness of Vince McMahon.
I said
and you were not happy either.
Well, I said,
Can we have that out there?
I said it's not going to happen. Why did I
You
think
did
it was
say
going to
that.
happen?
But you weren't happy.
No, if this was going to happen, I would
heard pain in your
longer,
voice.
I would no longer watch
Right.
WWE wrestling.
Right, I wouldn't either.
The reasons behind it is this: one, the beliefs of the Saudi people or the Saudi government. I don't know how you want.
How
to
about
present
the
that.
cultural practices?
Well, that's what I mean.
If you don't want to get involved
That-
in their beliefs, which is I personally don't. I think they're cultural practice. What are you going to do? Dress the women now from head to toe?
That's what I mean. I don't believe in.
I mean,
I don't
come on,
believe
man.
in the
It's oppressive.
oppressive
Yeah,
behavior
oppressive,
towards
suppressive.
women.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
And
it
when
sucks.
you have an organization
Yep.
that prides itself on their women
yeah,
wrestlers,
absolutely.
so
They don't know anything about
all right,
wrestling.
I want you to hear me out on
Ah,
this.
I'm
There's
just-
a few things
I-
because
you're
I've been
making me
really
ill.
thinking that I was actually said to my wife yesterday, I'm a little bit depressed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it would be like not to have an organization
Can't imagine.
run by the McMahon family in
Can't
one
imagine.
form or another.
I can't imagine.
I've always felt that Vince McMahon was I idolized him in many ways.
I love Vince.
Growing up.
I love Vince. He's like George Steinbrenner to me. I've said it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
1,000 times.
But on the other hand, at what point do you think that the McMahon family, and that's including Triple H, are like, you know what, man?
Who needs this?
I'm tired of wrestling. And when I mean this, hear me out on this. Every Monday, those got to be 15-hour days.
Yeah, so
Every
you do 'em.
Friday, 15-hour days. But hold on.
you do them.
But the travel.
Probably have more fun doing that.
But but no, I agree. I'm like, isn't it fun? But at some point,
it's
you're
work.
like,
It's
you
work.
know what? The travel. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't need to do it anymore.
You'll excuse me though. Well, I understand all that. You'll excuse me though if basically part of me wants to scream at that family, Vince, it's time. Give it to the family and let the family freaking continue what you did, what your father before him did, what your grandfather did. Don't sell it to them. What are you doing?
Stephanie resigned.
That's another thing.
Wait, but hold on.
Are you sure everything's okay in paradise?
No. Stephanie.
'Cause I wonder.
Stephanie wanted to take a leave in absence before the whole Vince McMahon problems were happening.
Right.
Again, we had this discussion, and I'll share with everybody. And again, I don't know Stephanie McMahon.
Of course.
But this is a mother who's been working her ass to the bone for quite a long time.
When her kids were really tiny, she was always on the road. Now, all of a sudden, when they're teens, now's the time?
Because when you get older, you start reflecting on your life, right? You start going,
Look,
hey.
She's entitled to whatever she wants to do, obviously, okay? I mean, obviously. God bless you, Stephanie. Go for it. Whatever floats your boat. I love Stephanie McMahon, okay? I love the whole family. I mean, I don't know them, but I'm fans of the whole damn thing. I always was. Does that make me a mark? Yes, it does.
JB, great point.
Well.
Not everybody is Vince. Maybe they're not into it for the long haul.
This is true.
That's
possible. But this Triple H.
Look, do you want to deal? Wait,
someone who's
do
not
you
into
do you want to
it?
sit there and deal with the nonsense that goes on,
No.
like the dark side of the ring?
So delegate.
Or
delegate.
Okay, but then again, your name is on it, right?
Of course.
You're the guy.
Of course.
You're Jimmy Farrell, right? So
course.
hey, listen, you have ESO filling in your spot one day,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And he starts talking about nerdy shit, right? It's your reputation
Why is it mine?
because he's in your seat.
Well, that's
He's filling for the Pharaoh.
okay. So in other words, the fill-in better know how to fill in. Otherwise, it's going to be
Yeah, or know how to run the ship. And not that
Right.
ESO can't run the ship. He was great. I'm just
Well, he
was
wasn't
kidding
sitting
around.
in my chair. He was
I know.
sitting in yours.
I was kidding around. Well,
Wait a second.
Look
What are you
out.
getting at, Mike?
it's safe.
Oh, Bruce, don't overread this. You're such a troublemaker. You're really unbelievable.
PJ says, I ideally prefer to see Vince and the team of investors take it private again, not sell it off.
Okay.
Okay, so you wouldn't take it private again. It's not going to happen. Again, guys, the dirt
What's gonna happen
sheet
here?
hook
Disney?
stuff is
Is he going to sell?
they are selling.
To who? Disney?
Don't know yet.
Because after, you know what's funny? I was like horrified at the thought of Disney, but after I read this, this
Oh, yeah.
thing, I was
Oh,
like,
so it was sounding pretty
call
good,
Mickey
right?
Mouse right now. And, either way, let's just say it now. Either way, we are most likely losing our WWE. We'll never see anything like it again, and they're going to fuck it up, whoever buys
The
it.
concern I
They're gonna
have
fuck it up.
is I've not seen in my 55 years of life or my
We've been around.
48 years of life watching wrestling,
yeah,
whatever
we've
it's
been around. Yeah, we're working on it.
a
Yeah, long time.
non-wrestling person
Yeah,
be successful.
I'm really sad about it.
Paul Heyman was a wrestling guy,
Right,
but he wasn't a businessman.
right.
So was he successful in giving a product that people enjoyed? Sure. Was he successful?
Eric Bischoff was a businessman, but not a wrestling guy.
There you go.
Interesting.
You know, Vince Russo, the annoying one, right? The guy that claims on his podcast now all the time that he hates wrestling,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
gets paid to watch Monday Night Raw by, I don't know, Wikipedia, whatever, Sportkedia, whatever. It's like the guy hates wrestling, but all you ever hear him is quoting and talking about wrestling.
Right.
That guy was a videotape seller
You didn't
behind a table.
You didn't return Motel Hell. You owe me $1.99.
And somehow ends up running a wrestling
I don't
company
know,
because
yeah.
he was
Opportunist and
smart
talked his
enough.
way in, man.
No,
You gotta give
again,
him
let's
that.
think about it. Was smart enough to catch on that Jerry Springer was hot,
Right,
and
right.
went
Yeah.
the Jerry Springer.
Yeah,
route.
he did something different.
Okay,
That's for shit sure.
Did we enjoy it? Yeah, we
Yeah.
enjoyed it for a
Not all
while,
of
but it wasn't
Not all of it.
sustainable.
Some of it was really bad. really, really bad.
So the problem is, guys, the real Little Patty says maybe they're going to flip it. No, they're not going to flip it. Here's the deal.
Who is Vince McMahon selling?
They're tired. They're tired, guys. And that's what no one is understanding
How
here.
could they sell
Stop believing that they're going to
WrestleMania
sell.
and everything else he built?
Listen, now, are you going to ask me if Saudi investors are going to come in and take a piece of it? Sure.
I guess
That may happen.
I don't.
Again, my thought process was this. There's no one in that family that wants, hey, Papa, I love wrestling. Please don't sell it. I want to run it one day. I will train under you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I guess they're just tired of wrestling. They're tired of dealing with the bullshit and the fucking wrestlers. Listen, dude, it's got to be draining.
Oh, I'm
they're
sure
not
it
the
is
best
draining.
employees.
You know, he
Right?
built-
And then when you feed them, when they finally get let go, what
stab
do?
you.
They
They
stab you in the back. Who
Of
the
course
fuck
they do.
needs
They
it?
stab you in the back.
Who
I
needs
know.
it?
No, I know. Who needs it? I mean,
Hey, we just saw it. Look, with all due respect, I'm not saying it's the case. The Playboy girl suckers some 72-year-old to pay her rent, and who knows what she was doing for him.
Right.
And then when it didn't work, here's Vince. Hey, look, I'm hot for you. Well, take care of me. All right, I'll take care of you. And when it's all said and done,
I'm
I'll
gonna
rat
stuff you in a
out.
boot.
Pay me. I mean, come on,
yeah,
man.
It's a bunch of shit.
Come on. Some examples.
shit.
WCW failed eventually. Got one hot item, the NWO, which was incredible.
Right.
It's forever.
And Goldberg.
It's for N. Goldberg.
Right.
Forever embedded in my love for
course.
wrestling.
But it failed.
But everything around it,
Ultimately-
garbage.
Ultimately failed.
TNA.
Yep.
Look.
We had Samoa Joe, AJ Styles come from there. Kurt Angle had half of his career there.
Yeah.
If you really break it down, his second half of his
The
career
half
was
I didn't watch.
There you go. Sting, the half we didn't watch.
Yeah.
You're right. But you know what? Where did that wind up?
Garbage.
There you go.
And all due respect to AEW
Oh,
fans.
come on, guys. You haven't figured out
It's-
that crash
it's
and burn thing
just
going on?
Bad.
Yep.
It's bad.
Absolutely. The inmates are running the asylum, and it's like WCW light, and there's no harmony in that locker room, and it's a free-for-all, and they have over 60 guys on the roster. You don't see most of them. Most of the guys just come out, hey, it's me. I came from the other company. Then you don't see them for months. It's a fucking mess
All
over
right,
there.
so Farrell, I'm going to give a breakdown,
It's a
and
mess
I'm going to
over
ask
there.
you to weigh in on it. But I want everybody to understand that if Vince doesn't sell,
Right.
eventually the most powerful person in that organization will be Stephanie McMahon.
Okay.
But I'm going to break it down.
That's not
So
bad for me.
there's two types
I'm
of
okay with
stock.
that.
And again, there's two types of stock out there. There's Class A, which you and me can buy.
Okay.
Right? I own like 100 shares of WWE stock. I bought
Right.
it back in 1990.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. During the Attitude. I
Right.
did too.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I did too.
Did you sell it?
Of course I did.
Why'd you sell it?
I sold it at its height.
What? $20?
Yeah,
At
like
the time?
I sold it right.
It went up $2. I'm
I
selling.
sold it right before Benoit did what he did,
Really?
and I got rid of him. I didn't know that was going to happen. I remember my father going, "I think it's time to get rid of these." You know?
That's at $100 a share now.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy it at? Do you
My
remember?
father also made me a Jet fan, so let's not get into some of the advice I've received over the years.
If they sell to the Saudis, we might be doing a Jet show moving forward. So
Wow. You know what though? We might have more to look forward to with the Jets than we will whatever the Saudis do to wrestling.
all right, so you've got Class A stock, and then you have Class B stock. The
What's Class B?
B
What
is
is that?
where you're in control of the company, right?
Oh.
Okay, this is where it's all broken down and who's got the most shares and who's got
Okay.
voting power. Okay?
So Class B is out of your range too, huh?
Class B is out of my range.
Damn. All right.
So as
I
of
got
today,
you.
Vince McMahon holds 1/3 of WWE shares. However, he holds a vast majority of voting rights.
Okay.
His Class B shares gives him 10 times the voting power over that of a Class A person. So if
Okay.
he has 1 share of Class B,
Right.
you need 10 shares of
Jeez.
Class A.
Vince is a genius.
Okay.
Okay.
Other McMahon family members, like
Linda
Linda
and Stephanie,
McMahon,
yeah.
also hold Class B stock.
Uh-oh, what's this about Shane?
used to hold a
large amount.
amount
Oh,
of Class
jeez.
B shares, but it appears he had disposed of them back in 2014.
Wow, what a fallout he
Only
had.
Vince, Linda, and the descendants can hold Class B stock. So meaning
Can Shane always
he
get
can't give Shane.
Can he get Class B back?
He can get the Class B back.
Okay.
Vince can't. If Vince died and Vince was like, "I met the Pharaoh. I love the Pharaoh. Guess what? I'm going to give you my Class B.
Oh,
Can't
Vince,
do
He
it.
shouldn't have.
Can't
Wait
do
a minute.
it.
He didn't. What do you mean?
He can't. He
Interesting.
won't. And legally, it just can't
Interesting.
happen.
Hold that thought. I have to ask you,
ahead.
how bad of a fallout must that have been back in 2014? Remember when Shane left? He gave up his shares? Dude, there must have been a serious fight.
All
there,
right, so-
right? I mean, there had to be. He's
We-
giving up his
we-
privileged stock.
We know people. We know people in the WWE. All right. From what I
We do.
understand,
That's true.
From what I understand,
Thinking of a
in
couple of them right now.
in the meetings,
Yeah.
Vince. Again, I don't think that Vince and his son didn't get along.
I always feel like it went wrong with the Shane
Vince
thing.
was very tough on his son.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Right. Maven was actually saying that he had an idea of the perfect son and Shane might not have fit it. Interesting.
Only
Okay, go ahead.
speculation.
Only speculation,
But
of course.
from
He
people
was,
that
you know.
I do know in the WWE, some of those meetings were almost brutal.
Right,
Like,
right.
So Shane did sell off,
That must have been one hell of a fight. Okay.
and
Okay.
that's where you're at. So we're
Okay.
gonna pop up the chart so everybody can see it
You
real
have
quick.
a chart?
We have a chart.
Wow, when did we
Kinda
get
gives
so
you-
smart?
There you go, baby.
Wow,
We're gonna
that's a
give
nice
a
chart.
little bit of a breakdown on how it works.
This is fucking awesome.
All right.
Hit it.
I'm
Professor
waiting for it to
Monty.
pop up on my screen because my eyes are not there.
Oh,
And
okay.
I probably would have been smart enough to have it sitting on the
Wait,
script.
your thing's on delayed compared to that thing
It
over
is on
there?
there. Oh, I have
Wow,
the chart sitting on the
science.
script. I'm an idiot. Okay. So here we go. This is as far as of
Fucking
March
funny.
2022.
Okay.
As you can see, Vince is the majority shareholder.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I want to
What's she
see.
got
I
there?
can't. Stephanie has 2.5% of the voting rights.
That-
Linda
that
has
seems like
0.7.
Wow.
Vince has 37.6. And then there's a
have nothing.
breakdown
Vince
of
has
class.
everything.
There's a
He's a genius.
breakdown of class shares. Like there's investment groups. Like
Okay.
BlackRock has 7.8. So
Who's
those all
BlackRock?
broken up.
Okay.
But Vince has the majority voting
Right.
rights.
The end of the
as
day-
I think everybody's aware of.
Right. At the end of the day, his opinion is going to override
Right.
everybody's.
Now,
You're brilliant, Vince. You're the
now
man.
I
You're the
will
man.
understand this.
Okay.
If
Hmm.
Vince was to pass away tomorrow,
Right.
Stephanie McMahon
She's got the most.
is becoming the new majority shareholder.
I don't see Paul being mentioned. What does Triple H
Paul
have here?
does not have any Class B. He
What
is not
the-
a McMahon.
Wow.
Right? So remember how I discussed that you have to be a family member. He is not a blood family member.
You know what? I'm not going to. You know what? I almost am jumping to a conclusion here.
Go ahead.
Vince McMahon is not going to sell this to anybody. Look at how you're not even a McMahon. Triple H, you don't get McMahon. Yeah, they're not
No,
gonna
that's a
give us
law
up.
thing, though. That's not a Vince thing. That's a law thing.
Oh,
Okay, so
how do you know
you
all of
can't
this?
marry.
Boy.
Well,
Okay.
this is
Yeah, money.
You're good at wrestling. I'm good at money.
I'm good at a lot of things, but I
You're
won't-
good at a lot. That's what I mean. You're good
Yeah.
at it, like music and all
Yeah,
that other
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
This is my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I
in
see
some
that.
Sort of
I
thing.
see that.
So-
so this was going to have to happen this way, one way or the other.
One
I'm-
way or the other.
Wow, this really protects people like Vince McMahon.
That's correct.
So that's how empires stay empires.
That's correct.
Very interesting.
Well, should it be any
you're
other
going to
way?
be careful now that I'm learning this
Vince-
kind of information.
Vince is now-
the
Vince-
things I could come up with.
Vince
here.
created this. Would it
Wow.
be fair for him just to lose it?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But didn't Julius Caesar lose the empire?
Now, a lot of
E-
people.
E2, Monty?
Well, it
I
can
mean,
happen.
right.
I was in a company
Right.
where someone went public
Okay.
and they had 51% of the shares.
Oof.
And
Oof-ah.
they ended up losing the company.
Wow.
There was a kind of. You ever hear something called a hostile takeover?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's a real thing that can happen. A company can be hostile taking
So
over.
if Vince passes away tomorrow, Stephanie's 2.5 becomes 39.5.
There you go.
Wow, that's fantastic.
There you go. And
That's
now
fantastic.
Stephanie-
she's in charge.
She's in charge.
Very good.
Stephanie could squash this all tomorrow.
Right,
Okay?
right, right. Is Stephanie stepping down for now because ultimately she's going to come back and take this job?
No, Stephanie is stepping down
when
for a
Vince
couple of reasons.
Ultimately passes.
Again, why is she?
Feels like
I can
that.
only guess why she's stepping down, but I will tell
Okay.
you what I think happened.
Okay,
I think Stephanie, number one, is tired.
that's fair.
But more importantly, I think Stephanie understands that the company's being sold. So when
Man, I
a
hate
company's
that.
being sold, she's going to be knocked out of that CEO chair. And
Hmm.
again, there is a possibility of a majority owner being Saudi Arabian, I guess. You know, maybe there is discussions.
Do you have any gut read if they sell who they would sell to? Would it be Disney?
Here's my worry.
What if it's Woody Johnson? Then we're really in trouble.
Mitch Seinfeld, Professor Monty?
Mitch
sharing some
Seinfeld's
knowledge?
going to buy
Sharing some
WWE.
knowledge?
That works.
Well, some people are saying the new clickbait out there is the cons are now putting their hat in the ring to buy the WWE.
Okay.
Now,
Anybody you think has a real shot of buying? Is Disney a valid thing?
I know Nick Khanna was in Florida. He was talking.
There's no way Vince McMahon is selling to the con.
Does it
I
matter?
thought you meant Tony Khan. Can you imagine? I'll sell it to Tony
No.
Khan. Don't do that. What are you
that
doing?
they're talking about.
This is
that,
why
right?
he triumphed over WCW to ultimately sell to the Tony Khan.
You would think
Wow.
for the
Lame.
normal person like us, it's not what we want to
That's
hear.
lame. That's absolutely
But,
lame. Vince would never do that.
I was talking
No
to
way.
Mitch today, and Mitch
No
is
way.
right though.
Sell it
He
to Killer Khan
defeated.
before he sells
He
it to Tony
defeated.
Khan.
Wait a minute. Matthew Holland says Mike the sandwich eater and Jimmy the juggling Jimmy. Well, there you go.
Okay.
You're a juggler, and I eat a lot of sandwiches.
Wow.
Um,
You don't got gas, do you?
no.
Okay, good. Should I pull your finger to find out?
Jay Will, T. Boone Pickens, the hostile takeover guy back in the day. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Phil, where's Ted Turner? He's got dementia, Phil. I don't think he's jumping into this pile of crap.
Goldberg.
If you were to run a
Hey,
business, as
yeah.
fun as it is,
Yeah.
I don't think wrestling would be the business you'd want to be in. I was saying,
If
let me ask you
I
this.
had the financial capabilities,
Would
trust-
WWE be
trust
the
me,
one that you wanted?
I would be enjoying
Wait a
every
minute, hold
second
on.
of it.
I'm gonna challenge you on that.
Okay. Don't
You've
talk
got-
to me about the unknown pressures
You've
because
got
we don't know what they
you've
would
got
be.
$6 billion, all right? Because I
Okay.
think that's
if
going to
I
be
got
the
$6 billion, I'm not owning anything.
So
I'm
there's-
going out into
So
the
you're
woods.
being Vince.
Yeah, but I'm
You're
not
being
being
Vince.
Vince because
I
I
just
wouldn't-
said you
No,
won
I'll tell
$6
you why
billion.
I'm not being Vince because I'm not going to wait till I'm fucking 80-something years old to do it. I would have done it a long time
But
ago.
you understand why he.
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute. Here he is. He loved wrestling. He
Yeah.
loved what he was doing. He
Wait a
conquered
minute, you
all
sound
those
like
things.
me. I loved wrestling,
But-
and then we
but
started
hold
this
on.
show.
And Vince said. And then Vince
Yeah,
said.
now look at me.
And then Vince
Look
said.
at you.
And then Vince said. Vince said, "You know what?
Yeah.
None of my family really wants this anymore.
Oh,
they don't love it like
that
me.
would depress me.
Get rid of it."
That would depress me. Maybe he. Do you think he's actually? Is that possible that the rest of the family's like?
Stephanie's
Dad,
like, "Hey, Dad, I love you.
do you think this
we had a
recent-
good run. I'm tired."
You think the recent shit had caused
Sure,
them to have
why not?
conversations like
Why not?
all of them?
Why
You know?
not?
Very interesting. Vince, please be careful with who you sell it to.
Jay
at
Will
least.
says Joe Biden still thinks that Bruno still has a strap. That's funny.
I thought Biden thought it was Lou Thez.
I'm going to ask you this. I'm challenging you on this.
Go ahead.
You win New York lottery, right? And right
Yeah.
now it's 1.2
Straight
billion.
straight to the woods.
Say
Leave me
it's-
alone.
No, but say it's 6 billion.
You'll never see me again.
But hold on.
Well, maybe you will.
By the
but-
Jets.
Yeah.
By the WWE.
I'll buy the Jets.
There you go.
I'll buy the Jets.
There's your answer.
Yeah, I'll buy the Jets.
So now you're starting to understand
I only
what's
have to
happening with the
truly stress out
McMahons.
16 or 17 weeks a year with the Jets.
I mean, think about
You know?
Tony Khan. Tony Khan got into this.
Yeah.
It's a TV show.
It's a toy, first of all.
But guess
Tony
what,
Khan.
though? Tony
Yeah.
Khan is spending one day a week.
Right, he's no Vince.
He's one day a
Yeah,
week.
no.
He's going to television.
He don't fucking work the way
and
Vince did.
he's talking to his wrestlers throughout the week while he's
don't-
doing something else.
He don't fucking work the way
WWE
Vince did.
is a
Vince killed himself.
juggernaut.
Yeah,
They're
Vince killed himself.
traveling all the time.
All the time. 356 days, and
There
there's
you
not
go.
even that many in a year. Or is there? There's 365. Sorry, I'm tired.
Phil says if you win $6 billion, Jimmy, we'll be all in the desert taking peyote.
Who said that?
Phil.
Phil DeCesare?
Yeah.
Phil, can you get me some peyote, man? It's been rough lately. I need a pick me up.
All right, so we kind of have a breakdown here, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
today the WWE announced that they've retained the Rain Group as financial advisor, Kirkland and Ellis as a legal advisor.
Okay.
Okay? So there's one thing for sure everybody has to understand.
All right.
The WWE is selling.
Stop
Okay.
saying that,
It
man.
is selling.
That sucks.
Please understand this. The next question is, what does it mean for everybody?
Yeah.
Me, you, Chris Lee, Jason Morning, Phil, all of us who love pro wrestling.
Yeah.
What does this mean, Pharaoh? It's you.
Well, you know what this means. The real question is what does not what
Doesn't
this,
matter who buys it.
The real
What
question.
does it mean?
The real question is not what it's going to mean to you, me, Chris Lee, or any of those awesome people who watch every week with us. It's going to be what the WWE means to Vince, to Stephanie, to Triple H, to Shane, to even Shane, to Linda. That's what's gonna matter. If they care enough about all, and I gotta believe in my heart that Vince does care enough about his grandfather's, his father's, and then his product that he turned into this amazing spectacle that we know as the WWE, WrestleMania, and everything else he did. I am going to pray that Vince McMahon is going to fall. I'm not going to pray over this. I won't. This is wrestling. Let's relax. But I am going to hope from the bottom of my heart that Vince McMahon is going to find someone that he will be comfortable with the profit. He will be comfortable with what it leaves its shareholders. And he will be, most importantly, comfortable with who he has sold it to preserve and continue what he built, what his father built before him, and what his grandfather started way back in the 1920s and 30s. That's really... We're going to find out what this all means for us after Vince decides what did this all mean to him.
I'm going to read a few
That's
things.
how I feel. We'll see what happens. Do the right thing, Vince, man. Please. Please.
Jason Morning says, I hope it isn't going to happen. No
Me too.
McMahon at the helm isn't
I don't like
WWE.
I
Loose
agree.
Cannon, NBC is the best hope.
That'd be
Fox second.
Interesting.
Disney third.
All right, I'm not losing. I'm not going crazy with that's all good. That's fine. NBC.
Here-
all right.
okay.
I think so.
Here's the thing.
NBC. Over the
My
other one.
concern as a wrestling
Perhaps.
fan is really this basic.
Yeah.
We've already saw television people run wrestling.
Yeah.
If
We have.
we're going to turn this over to someone that doesn't understand the industry, look, it's
Right.
no different than if
Right.
they said, hey, Mike Monty,
Right.
we love you.
Yeah.
You're now in charge. I would fuck it up.
I got you.
I would fuck it
understand.
up.
I understand.
As much as people think they wouldn't.
Vince's baby. Let's just hope he loves it enough that he's not just going to pass his child.
It's not just Vince's
off
baby. Vince
This
is
every-
wrestling.
Of course,
So
but
it's being sold. I know you don't want it to happen.
no,
It
I
is.
don't.
This is why the name of the show is because this is the end of the world as we know
This
it.
is the end of the world.
Because
as we know it.
wrestling, it's over.
Yeah.
The best thing you're going to get,
Yeah.
okay, is
Don't-
what you're seeing in AEW right now. Now, here's a question to you. What if you tune in, Royal Rumble's as great as it always is, Rock comes back, WrestleMania's off the hook, he's wrestling Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even care who owns the WWE?
Wow, have we taken an interesting path to get to my answer? Nope. But that will be because Vince sold it to the right person because it was his baby. And he wanted to make sure that it was left in good hands so you and I could feel, what we've always felt watching the product growing over all these years,
Jay Will says Saturday night main event used to be must-see like Magic versus Bird.
Yes.
I got to tell you one thing about
Yes.
Saturday night's main
It was
event.
so awesome. It was great. That was all.
I hate to admit this, but sometimes
NBC.
I watch these old
Would you
WWE
stop?
Saturday night main events,
I
stuff
love
like
them.
that,
I have a ball with them.
and I almost get teary-eyed
Of course, man.
because they're so wonderful.
Look, it was a great
I mean,
time back in the
Piper-
80s, too.
Piper, remember
Just
the
in
Halloween
general, not just
thing
wrestling.
with Piper at the Halloween?
Yeah.
Or George the Animal Steel at the zoo?
Yeah.
My God.
Dude, that was a great stuff.
I was
man.
just watching the Orndorff Piper's Pit right after WrestleMania where
Yep.
he got pinned,
Yep.
and it's so
That's
organic.
incredible.
Sit down,
That was incredible.
dunce.
Yeah.
Just like,
No, it was incredible. It was great.
what? Him in his white shorts built like a brick
Dude,
shit
I
house.
always look forward to Saturday night's main event. Always. That was a great thing to watch with your buddies, too.
Yeah.
Back then. We were teenagers back then, That was awesome on Saturday night, hanging out with your friends, watching that. It was great.
Luce says
Great
after
show.
2004, pro wrestler was kind of dead. It is kind of dead, man. But you know what? Once we lose the McMahons, it's dead. All I wish is this, Vince.
Oh, it's sad.
You want to go on pastures, greener pastures. I get it. Your daughter's done,
Yeah.
whatever. please
What is
don't
this?
sell it to the Saudi
Please,
investment
come on,
firm.
Vince. Come on, Vince.
At least keep it American, because at least I could feel proud about it. I mean, look, I was talking...
you held the first live event after 9/11, Vince. You know
Roy
what I mean?
Batiste, the mega power handshake. God, the moments.
Yeah.
Listen, we're in great times right now with the bloodline.
I'm loving it.
I'm 55, and I love the
I
bloodline.
enjoy that. I enjoy that.
All I'm saying is, look, we're towards an end where wrestling is dying.
Or could be, but I don't want to get that crazy. But I'm not happy about this. Not having the McMahons running the WWE is a nightmare.
Mitch Seinfeld, perfect comment. Don't worry, there are plenty of guys pushing shopping carts at Walmart who wrestle on independent shows in front of 25 people. That's exactly the problem. It's
Hey,
over.
Mitch, there's an event in Bay Shore. We were thinking about going. You want to go check it out? I heard it's the librarian versus the Kung Fu expert. It's going to be great. $5 a ticket. Can't wait. I'm in better shape than half the roster. What do you think?
I think.
You ready? Let's go.
I think.
Oh, we're fucked.
I think
We're fucked.
the only thing you could
We're
hope
fucked.
right now is that Triple H stays in charge for a little while.
Where does Triple H fall into all of this? He must feel like a fucking
no,
handball.
understand something.
You know?
That guy's
he's
had health-
he's the actual wrestler. He must
He's
be
had-
going like,
he's-
what?
No, I think
What
he's
is
had
going
health
on
problems, and he
now?
kind of wants to just spend time with his
You
family.
may be right. And he's earned it.
And you know what? Who's to say Triple H doesn't want to go on and buy a chain of Wendy's? I don't know. Seriously, why not?
Buy this combo. Pull
Welcome to Wendy's.
Pull up to the Red Square.
Anyway, whatever the WWE decides, we love you. Thank you for the memories.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we not do that yet? Can we wait and see what happens? I'd like to think that this is just
Whatever's going to happen. It's
Maybe
gonna-
Stephanie just needs a little time off, and Vince is getting older, and when he passes, she'll come back and run everything and keep everything in the McMahon.
Here's
family.
what I want. Here's what I
Please?
want people to understand, not to fret about.
Okay.
It's going to take at least a half a year to a year for them to decide on someone to buy it. Okay, they're the ones shopping it.
Perhaps they've already been doing that. Maybe they've already been doing that.
Okay, but it's still gonna. This is a publicly traded company, so this takes a while.
What would you do if Control Your Narrative bought it?
Stop. So
you'd stop.
But here's
That's all I wanted to know.
Here's the other point I want you to understand.
Go ahead.
When companies are bought like this, no matter what type of company,
Yeah.
they just don't wipe out the people who are working there.
All right.
There is an exit strategy sometimes,
Okay.
but a lot of times they turn around and go, "Hey man, we love the work you're doing. Keep it going. We're going to give you this much amount of money a year. You like it? Yeah, good. You're in charge." So who's to say Triple H isn't going to stay in charge?
Right.
He may, and Shawn Michaels
Right.
and Road Dogg and
True.
Bruce Pritchard.
They may
and-
want these guys to be running
Exactly.
this. We don't know what the fuck
we
we're
don't
doing.
know what we're doing,
There you
right?
go.
Keep it going. We love it.
That doesn't feel good, though, that
We
they
love
don't
it.
know what the fuck they're doing. I wouldn't be happy with that. I'm hoping Vince sells to somebody who knows what the fuck they're going to do.
RJ says, "I hope it's not Dixie Carter." Don't worry, it's
Oh,
not going
my
to be Dixie
God.
Carter.
That would be interesting.
So anyway, guys, I gave you the breakdown.
That'd be awful.
Don't fall for the dirt sheet nonsense out there. It doesn't happen like this. No company gets bought out like this, especially publicly traded companies.
Right.
So again, the reason Vince is back in is very simple.
He missed it.
Maria Davis said WWE sold about 2 years. Watch. Yes.
I agree.
Jason Mourning. This is really true. Trump should buy it. Imagine if Trump came in with his group and bought it. It'll be sold. The whole regime could stay. Vince is back because Vince wants to be part of the sale. Okay?
What with the portion of wrestling fans who hate Donald Trump, you think they'd still watch the wrestling?
I think people
Because
would be
I've never
very
seen
happy
somebody
with Donald Trump.
divide. You know, people get such passionate opinions. Could you imagine?
All right, I want to remind everybody again, like I
Jeez.
said, if you become a member of this YouTube page,
Yeah.
you get a video from every guest we have here, a shout out or whatever, which is privately sent to you,
Right.
and it will also be posted on the members only portion of it. Also, we got Manscaped, which is a new
You have
sponsor.
Manscaped. Mine got
Got
walk
stolen.
off. Yep.
So again, please go to Manscaped, get a gift for somebody, use the MANDP code to get 25% off. We'd greatly appreciate that. Vince back in commentary, Phil? Oh, I'd love it.
That would be so
how great would that be?
I love Vince on commentary.
With
What
that,
a maneuver!
with that being said, Saturday we have two special interviews. One starting with
certified G and a bona fide stud.
There you go.
Enzo Amore.
Tell me your thoughts on Enzo Amore. What enthralls you about having him in studio?
Oh, well, first of all, I loved Enzo and Cass. I did. I thought that they were very, very entertaining, and they definitely had it, and they were definitely over. I also feel that Enzo is just one of those frustrating dudes where it's like, what went wrong, bro? You had everything going for you guys. What went wrong? We know he had his struggles with the wrestling. A lot of people were very critical of him in the ring, but I stand by this. Enzo Amore, during his little time, that he was got a chance to work there, he was one of the best talkers in this business. Man, can that guy talk. He is a 5-star promo.
Could be a manager.
Man, he should have been a manager.
B40 says, what
He
if
would have been great.
Gene Simmons bought the WWE?
Gene Simmons is awesome, and he's a great businessman, and I think we would actually be in good hands.
You could have the WWE coffin, just like the Kiss coffin. And then after Enzo is super agent Eric Sims in house.
Nice, very good. Make sure you batten down the fridge and,
And then we
reinforce
got
the couch.
Chris Adonis, Chris Masters in studio
What
later
about,
on.
What about him? I don't want to hear about him.
Anyway, guys, this is this. Listen, no matter how much you disapprove of the WWE nowadays or approve of the WWE, this is a sad time. Regardless, if we lost Vince to death, right?
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah,
sad.
that would be bad.
And
That
me
would be
personally,
bad. I was really rocked
I'm
by this.
happy for Stephanie McMahon. I think she represented women in business
Stephanie McMahon's awesome.
very well.
Yeah. She's
and
awesome.
Yeah, I really think I agree.
And I also don't think she gets enough credit. She's one of the greatest villainous in the history of this business. What a nasty heel she was. She does not get enough
look what
credit.
she's done.
Stephanie McMahon was excellent heel on camera. Stop. She was great. She wasn't good at it. She was great at it, being a heel. She was. She was despised. She did a great job.
I will tell you this, and one thing and another thing about the Saudi thing is I don't think I could watch WWE because I enjoy the women so much. I really
understand.
do.
I just can't stand how they treat them, make them dress head to toe like that. Just stop. Do you remember the very first Saudi event that they did over there? Do you remember the I guess it was the royal family. They had all the seats up front. You got your back turned. You're not even watching the fucking matches. You're sitting there talking to your friends. They put a squash on that after there was a lot of criticism that all the rich people up front were just not even paying attention. It was like just another day at the office. You know how many kids would just die to have their parents take them to sit up that close? These people didn't give a shit.
By the way, RJ says she was great, so he agrees with you on Stephanie.
She was
I will
great.
say AEW last night, that Los Angeles that audience,
Yeah.
they were crazy loud.
Okay.
I got to give them a lot of credit. I
Sure.
was even impressed.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
they're
my
passionate,
wife
yeah.
sat and pointed out all the
Every loser
nerd
in
wrestling
the-
fans. She goes, "Look at that guy!" She goes, "Let me ask you something, honey." I go, "Yeah." She goes, "At what point, at what age do you realize that wrestling is fake and nerdy, and when are you going to stop watching it?"
I would have been like, I'm sorry. I think there's another television downstairs. Perhaps you'd like to watch This Is Us down there?
Yeah, but I was going to say
What are
that.
you
but
picking on wrestling
but when then
for?
you start pointing out all the people
Well,
in
just
the
because
audience,
she's right doesn't
she's
mean
pointing out, like, as the camera scrolls, she's like, "Look at that guy! Look at that guy! Look at that
Donna,
guy!" And I'm
I
like,
can't,
"Oh
I
man,
can't.
that is kind of
It's
embarrassing."
kind of hard to argue with her. Yeah.
All right, anyway, we want
Did
to
you see
thank.
anybody you knew when she was pointing out? I was like, oh shit, that's the guy that I know that guy. Look at that
I
loser.
saw Bruce.
Wow, that was creative.
Wow, look at that! Wow.
You know, he's throwing shit at his set right now. I can hear the
angry.
tomatoes
I'm
splatting
pissed
off
off.
it. He just hit you on the screen with the tomato.
Anyway, Bruce is doing a show with Chris Lee on our channel. I'm just waiting for them to do one to produce it.
I
and
tried to
send it
get in
me.
touch with Chris, but he unfriended me. I don't know what's going on.
That's terrible.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, we'll see you guys
Chris
on
is paying money
Saturday.
to break my neck,
What time's
Chris.
the show on Saturday? 10:30?
10.
10.
I think it's 10.
10 with Enzo.
How you doing?
Enzo in studio.
There you go. How you doing?
And
Bada bing,
then we
bada boom.
got Eric Sims. So thank you guys for
Eric.
joining us at another 30. I think we kind of made it clear what's happening. So don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah,
It'll
slow down.
all work
Everybody
out
slow
one
down.
way or the other.
I
Pharaoh.
hope. You've been watching Monty and the Pharaoh, and until Saturday, how you doing? We will see you then with Enzo Amore. Later.